Imagine this, you walk into a room and without saying a word, you command attention. Not because you're trying to, not because you're chasing it, but because your presence demands it. There's something about you, an energy that makes people take notice. Men don't just glance your way, they feel you. They sense a woman who knows her worth, who doesn't beg for love, who doesn't chase or settle. They sense someone who is not waiting to be chosen because she has already chosen herself. Now think about this. Why do some women seem to effortlessly attract devotion while others struggle to keep a man's attention? Why do some find themselves constantly chasing, proving, pleading for love, while others are pursued, prioritized, and cherished? The answer has nothing to do with looks, status, or luck. It's not about being the most beautiful woman in the room. It's about who you are at your core. It's about the energy you bring, the way you see yourself, the way you move through the world. Because when you understand this secret, when you embody it, men won't just want you, they will risk everything to be with you. Men are drawn to energy, not just appearance. This is a concept that goes far beyond physical attraction. It is rooted in the very essence of human connection. While many believe that love and loyalty are about external qualities such as beauty, status, or what one can provide, the truth is that it is the energy a person radiates that determines the depth of devotion they inspire. Energy is not just an abstract concept. It is measurable, observable, and deeply influential. Every human being operates on a frequency, a vibrational state that is dictated by their emotions, thoughts, and beliefs. When a person embodies confidence, radiance, and self-love, their energy becomes magnetic. It is not about what they say, but how they carry themselves. It is the unspoken presence they exude when they walk into a room, the way they make others feel, and the certainty they hold within themselves. A woman who deeply understands her own worth does not need to convince anyone of it. She does not chase, plead, or seek validation outside of herself. Instead, she stands in her own power, knowing that she is inherently valuable. This kind of energy is intoxicating because it creates a sense of safety, inspiration, and excitement. A man feels drawn to her not because she demands his attention, but because she does not need it to feel complete. Her self-assurance allows him to admire her, to pursue her, and to rise, to meet her standards. On a biological level, men are wired to respond to what they perceive as valuable. In the same way that a rare and precious gem is sought after, a woman who truly values herself becomes someone worth pursuing. When a man senses that she is emotionally secure, he feels a deep sense of respect for her. This respect is the foundation of attraction. It is what makes him willing to risk everything to be close to her. He sees her as someone special, someone who cannot be easily replaced, because her energy is not one of lack or desperation, but of abundance and self-sufficiency. When a woman operates from a place of self-love, she naturally sets boundaries that communicate her value. She does not allow mistreatment, not because she's trying to prove a point, but because she simply does not align with anything that does not honor her worth. This unconscious expectation sets a standard. A man who recognizes this will either step up to meet her level or fade away. And the ones who choose to rise, to meet her where she stands, do so because they want to, not because they are forced. They do so because they feel the undeniable pull of a woman who is completely in tune with her own power. Confidence and radiance are not things that can be faked. True confidence is not about arrogance or superiority. It is about being deeply at peace with oneself. It is about knowing that you are enough without needing external proof. Radiance comes from living in a state of joy, gratitude, and fulfillment. When a woman genuinely loves her life, when she embraces her own happiness without waiting for someone to give it to her, she becomes naturally magnetic. Her energy is uplifting, inspiring, and irresistible. Men, like all people, crave connection with those who make them feel good. A woman who is full of light, who moves through the world with ease and joy, creates an emotional experience that is addictive. This is why men risk everything for a woman who embodies confidence and radiance, because being with her feels different. It feels expansive, freeing, and exciting. She does not burden him with expectations or fear. Instead, she invites him into a space of love and possibility. The mistake many people make is believing that they need to perform to be loved. They believe they must act a certain way, look a certain way, or do certain things to earn devotion. But devotion is not earned through effort, it is inspired through presence. When a woman is fully present in herself, when she embodies the kind of energy that feels undeniable, she does not have to chase love. Love naturally orbits around her. The energy of confidence, radiance, and self love is not about pretending, it is about truly shifting one's internal state. It is about breaking old patterns of seeking approval and stepping into the reality that love is not something to be earned, it is something that is attracted by the frequency one holds. When a woman internalizes this truth, she no longer operates from fear, insecurity, or need. She moves through life as if she is already cherished, already adored, already chosen. And in doing so, she creates a reality where men do not just love her, they choose her over and over again because she represents something rare, something unforgettable, something truly worth risking everything for. The science of attraction is not just about chemistry or physical appeal. It is deeply rooted in the subconscious mind and the patterns that shape human behavior. Neurologically, people are wired to be drawn toward what feels familiar. This is why individuals often find themselves repeating the same relationship dynamics, attracting similar types of partners, and experiencing the same emotional cycles. Attraction is not random, it is a reflection of the neural circuits that have been reinforced over time. Understanding this principle is key to creating deep and lasting connections, as it reveals how thoughts and emotions influence not just personal experiences, but also how others respond on a subconscious level. The brain operates through patterns, continuously seeking what it recognizes as familiar. From childhood, people develop emotional associations based on their experiences with love, connection, and self worth. These associations become deeply ingrained, forming a blueprint for how relationships unfold. If someone has grown up associating love with inconsistency, emotional distance, or struggle, their brain will unconsciously seek out relationships that mirror these dynamics. Even if these experiences are painful, they feel safe because they are known. The human mind resists uncertainty, often preferring the comfort of a familiar struggle over the unpredictability of something new. When a person continues to attract relationships that bring disappointment, rejection, or emotional unavailability, it is not because they are unlucky or unworthy. It is because their neural circuits are conditioned to expect a certain kind of experience, and so they unknowingly emit an energy that aligns with it. This is why simply wanting a healthy, loving relationship is not enough. The brain must first be rewired to recognize love in a new form, to make emotional security, mutual respect, and deep connection the new standard. Attraction is not just about external traits, it is about energy. When someone has unresolved wounds or limiting beliefs about love, that energy is transmitted in ways that are subtle but powerful. This is why a person who fears abandonment may unconsciously act in ways that push others away, even if their conscious desire is to be close. Their energy reflects uncertainty, neediness, or hesitation, and others pick up on this at an intuitive level. On the other hand, when someone embodies self worth and emotional security, they send out a different frequency, one that naturally attracts individuals who are capable of deep commitment. The brain's reticular activating system, RAS, plays a crucial role in shaping attraction. The RAS filters information based on what the mind has been trained to focus on. If someone believes that love is hard to find, they will consistently notice evidence that supports this belief. If they believe that men are untrustworthy, they will subconsciously be drawn to those who validate this expectation. However, the reverse is also true. If a person trains their mind to recognize love as abundant and relationships as fulfilling, their RAS will begin filtering the world through that new lens, drawing in experiences that align with this belief. Shifting attraction patterns requires more than wishful thinking. It requires emotional and neurological rewiring. This can be done by creating new emotional experiences and reinforcing them through conscious awareness. One of the most effective ways to do this is through visualization, mentally rehearsing a different kind of relationship dynamic, feeling what it would be like to be deeply valued and cherished. The brain does not distinguish between real and vividly imagined experiences, so by consistently immersing oneself in the feeling of being loved in a healthy way, new neural circuits begin to form. Emotions play a significant role in attraction because they generate powerful signals that others instinctively respond to. A person who lives in a state of gratitude, joy, and self-love radiates an energy that is unmistakably magnetic. Their presence feels uplifting, and people naturally gravitate toward them. This is why those who exude confidence and certainty in love tend to attract partners who are ready to invest fully. Their energy signals that they expect deep connection, and so they naturally align with those who are willing to meet them at that level. Conversely, those who operate from a place of fear, insecurity, or scarcity often attract relationships that reinforce these feelings. The key is to shift from focusing on external validation to internal transformation. Instead of seeking love outside of oneself, the focus must be on becoming the embodiment of love. When a person lives in the energy of what they desire, when they hold themselves as worthy, cherished, and emotionally fulfilled, they create a reality where deep attraction and devotion naturally follow. The science of attraction is not about forcing love or chasing connection. It is about aligning one's energy and beliefs with the kind of relationship they truly desire. When someone rewires their brain to recognize love as safe, abundant, and fulfilling, they naturally draw in partners who reflect that reality. Attraction is not a mystery. It is a predictable outcome of the energy a person emits. And when that energy shifts, everything changes. The way you think and feel determines what you attract. This is not just a concept rooted in philosophy or spirituality. It is a principle grounded in quantum physics and neuroscience. Every thought carries an energetic frequency, and every emotion amplifies that signal, broadcasting it into the field around you. The quantum field, which exists as a vast, limitless potential, responds to the energy you emit. It does not give you what you want, it gives you what you consistently believe, feel, and expect. This is why people who live in a state of lack often attract more lack, while those who cultivate an internal state of abundance draw in experiences that match that energy. The quantum field operates beyond physical reality. It is the invisible matrix of energy that connects everything. Your mind and body are in constant communication with this field, influencing and shaping the outcomes you experience. If you believe that love is scarce, difficult, or uncertain, that belief creates an electromagnetic signature that informs the experiences you attract. If you believe you are worthy of deep commitment, that belief also sends a signal, shaping the way others respond to you. The key is understanding that the external world is not random. It is a mirror, reflecting back the state of your internal world. The brain is designed to reinforce patterns of thought and behavior. If you have spent years believing that love is unpredictable or that people always leave, your neural circuits will be wired to expect these outcomes. When you think a thought repeatedly, neurons fire together, strengthening the connection. Over time, this becomes an unconscious program dictating the way you feel, act, and perceive relationships. Your nervous system adapts to these beliefs, treating them as truth, even if they are limiting. And because the quantum field reflects your dominant state of being, you continue to encounter experiences that validate those beliefs. To shift what you attract, you must first shift your internal state. This requires more than positive thinking. It requires an emotional transformation. The heart emits an electromagnetic field that extends far beyond the body. And studies have shown that the energy of the heart is far more powerful than that of the brain. When you feel gratitude, joy, and love, the heart's coherence increases, generating a powerful signal that influences the quantum field. This is why people who live in elevated emotional states seem to attract positive experiences effortlessly. They are in alignment with the energy of abundance. The mistake many people make is waiting for external proof before they change their internal state. They believe they will feel loved once someone proves their devotion, or they will feel secure once the right relationship appears. But the quantum field does not work that way. You must first become the version of yourself that exists in the reality you desire. If you want a relationship filled with love and deep commitment, you must cultivate the emotions of love and security before the relationship manifests. You must send out the signal of already being loved, already being chosen, already being whole. This shift is not about pretending or forcing yourself to feel something you do not believe. It is about training your nervous system to experience a new reality before it appears in the physical world. Visualization is one of the most powerful ways to do this. When you close your eyes and immerse yourself in the feeling of already having the love you desire, your brain begins to rewire itself. Your body, which does not distinguish between real and imagined experiences, starts to produce the same chemical responses as if it were actually happening. Over time, this changes your baseline emotional state, aligning you with the energy of what you seek. The people and opportunities that show up in your life are a direct reflection of the energy you hold. If you walk into a room feeling unworthy or uncertain, others will subconsciously pick up on that frequency. If you move through life with a deep sense of self-worth and openness, you will naturally attract those who resonate with that energy. This is why those who radiate confidence, joy, and authenticity often find themselves surrounded by people who appreciate and value them. The quantum field responds to who you are being, not just what you want. Releasing old patterns of thought and emotion requires conscious effort. Meditation, breath work, and mindfulness are tools that help break the cycle of unconscious programming, allowing you to create a new emotional baseline. By consistently practicing elevated emotions, you recondition your nervous system to expect love, abundance, and deep connection. The more you practice these states, the more natural they become, and the more the external world begins to reflect them. The key to attracting deep commitment is not in chasing or forcing love. It is in embodying the energy of the love you desire. When you align your thoughts and emotions with the frequency of abundance, the quantum field has no choice but to respond. The external world shifts not by chance, but by design, because the energy you emit is always shaping the reality you experience. Letting go of neediness is one of the most powerful shifts a person can make in relationships. Most people believe that love is something they must earn, fight for, or constantly maintain to keep another person interested. This belief is rooted in fear, the fear of abandonment, rejection, or not being enough. But the truth is, deep commitment and loyalty do not come from chasing love or proving one's worth. They arise naturally when a person embodies inner security and emotional wholeness. When someone operates from a place of true self-worth, they create an energetic dynamic where love flows effortlessly, rather than something that must be held onto with desperation. Neediness repels. It sends a signal of lack, an unspoken message that says, "I need you to complete me." When someone depends on another person for their emotional fulfillment, it creates pressure, an expectation that the other person must provide constant reassurance, validation, or attention. This pressure is overwhelming and over time becomes suffocating. Even if a relationship begins with attraction, neediness erodes the very foundation of desire. Instead of feeling drawn towards someone, the other person feels obligated, as if they must give love out of duty rather than genuine connection. On a neurological level, the human brain is wired to seek what is unfamiliar yet emotionally engaging. If someone has learned from past experiences that love is unpredictable, they may unconsciously repeat those patterns, mistaking emotional chaos for passion. They might cling to a partner fearing that if they do not constantly prove their value, love will be lost. But true commitment is not built on fear. It is built on respect, admiration, and the freedom to choose. A person who does not fear losing someone naturally becomes the kind of person others do not want to lose. At its core, neediness comes from a state of emotional scarcity, the belief that love is rare or difficult to maintain. This belief creates an internal experience of anxiety, constantly seeking reassurance that the other person will stay. But relationships thrive when there is emotional abundance, when love is given freely rather than out of fear. The paradox is that the more someone fears losing love, the more likely they are to push it away. The more someone holds onto it tightly, the more it slips through their fingers. Letting go of neediness does not mean becoming detached or uninterested. It means shifting from external dependence to internal fulfillment. It requires recognizing that love is not something found in another person. It is something that must first exist within. A person who is already full of love, already whole on their own, does not seek a partner to complete them, but to complement them. Their presence becomes naturally magnetic because they are not looking to take, they are looking to share. Men, like all people, are drawn to confidence and certainty. They are drawn to someone who knows their worth, someone who does not chase, beg, or cling out of fear. The moment a person stops seeking validation from another, they step into their power. They communicate through their energy that they are a choice, not an option. They send a message, not with words, but with presence, that they are secure in themselves, whether or not someone chooses to stay. This kind of self-assuredness is not something that can be faked. It must be cultivated from within. It requires an internal shift from believing, I need you to love me, to I already am love. It requires an understanding that the deepest form of attraction is not in proving one's worth, but in embodying it. When a person exudes a deep sense of self-love, they radiate an energy that draws others in effortlessly. Love is no longer something they chase, it becomes something they naturally attract. The fear of loss often comes from past wounds, moments when love felt conditional, when affection was taken away, or when rejection left a lasting imprint. But every moment is an opportunity to rewrite that story. The past does not dictate the future unless it is unconsciously repeated. Breaking free from neediness means stepping into a new version of self, one that no longer operates from fear but from abundance. It means embracing the reality that love, when it is real, does not require force. It simply is. Emotional freedom is the foundation of deep attraction. A person who loves fully yet remains whole within themselves creates a space where love can flourish. There is no desperation, no grasping, only the quiet confidence of knowing that they are enough. And when someone embodies that energy, they find that the right people, the ones who are truly meant for them, will risk everything to be by their side. Men are naturally drawn to what they perceive as valuable. This is not just about material worth or superficial attraction. It is about the energy a person carries, the way they see themselves, and the way they allow others to treat them. A woman who deeply understands her own value does not need to prove it to anyone. She does not chase, beg, or settle for less than she deserves. Instead, she carries an energy of certainty, a quiet confidence that signals to others that she is a person of high worth. This energy creates a gravitational pull, making her someone men do not want to lose. Value is not determined by external validation. It is an internal state of being. Many people believe that their worth comes from their appearance, their achievements, or the way others perceive them. But true value is something that radiates from within. It is a combination of self-respect, boundaries, and an unshakable belief in one's own worth. A woman who knows her value does not lower her standards out of fear. She does not allow mistreatment or inconsistency. She does not settle for a connection that does not meet her needs, because she understands that love should not be earned through sacrifice. It should be a reflection of mutual respect and appreciation. Men instinctively recognize when a woman values herself. They can sense when she is secure in who she is, when she does not need validation to feel complete. This does not mean she is cold, detached, or unapproachable. It means she moves through life with an energy of abundance, not lack. She is already fulfilled within herself, and any relationship she enters is an addition to her life, not the foundation of her happiness. This kind of presence is powerful because it signals that she is a person worth investing in. Attraction is deeply tied to perception. When a man perceives a woman as valuable, he naturally respects and prioritizes her. If a woman constantly overextends herself, seeks approval, or allows disrespect, she is unknowingly communicating that her worth is negotiable. But when she sets clear expectations and enforces them with grace, she creates a dynamic where a man feels inspired to rise to her level. He does not see her as someone who will accept anything just to keep him around. He sees her as someone rare, someone who will not hesitate to walk away if she is not treated with the care she deserves. This is not about playing games or manipulating others into valuing her. It is about genuinely believing in her own worth to the point where she does not tolerate anything less. When a woman embodies this mindset, she does not have to demand respect, she naturally receives it. Men feel compelled to invest in a woman who knows her value because they recognize that she is not someone who can be taken for granted. The more secure she is in herself, the more deeply a man feels the need to cherish and protect that connection. Emotional availability also plays a key role in value. A woman who is both confident and open hearted creates an irresistible combination. She is not closed off, nor is she desperate for attention. She is simply present, allowing love to come to her rather than forcing it. This balance of strength and warmth makes her unforgettable. Men respect a woman who knows her boundaries, but they also crave emotional depth and authenticity. When she is able to express her needs with confidence rather than fear, she creates a space where true connection can flourish. The law of scarcity also applies to human relationships. What is rare is valuable. A woman who is selective with her time, energy, and emotional investment becomes someone worth pursuing. She does not give herself away easily, not because she is trying to be difficult, but because she genuinely understands that not everyone deserves access to her. Men recognize when something is not easily replaceable, and this creates a deeper sense of appreciation. If a woman makes it clear that she will not settle for half-hearted effort, the right man will rise to the occasion, knowing that losing her would be a significant loss. Understanding one's value also means recognizing when to walk away. The ability to leave situations that do not align with one's worth is a powerful statement. It communicates strength, self-respect, and emotional maturity. When a woman does not cling to relationships that do not serve her, she demonstrates that she operates from a place of abundance, not fear. This kind of certainty is deeply attractive because it challenges a man to step up, to prove that he is worthy of her presence. Men are drawn to women who challenge them in the right ways, not through games or manipulation, but through self-assuredness and high standards. A woman who knows her value does not seek love from a place of lack. She attracts it effortlessly by embodying the kind of energy that makes love inevitable. When a woman fully embraces her worth, men do not just pursue her, they prioritize her, knowing that she is someone they cannot afford to lose. Feminine energy is one of the most powerful forces in attraction, not because it is weak or passive, but because it is magnetic, fluid, and deeply connected to emotion. In a world that often praises masculine traits such as control, logic, and assertiveness, many women have been conditioned to believe that their feminine nature is something to suppress. But the truth is, feminine energy is what creates polarity. It is what draws men in, captivates their attention, and keeps them emotionally invested. It is not about being submissive. It is about understanding the power of receptivity, flow, and emotional expression. Men do not just fall in love with what a woman does, they fall in love with how she makes them feel. And that feeling is deeply tied to the presence of feminine energy. Feminine energy is not about weakness, it is about softness with strength. It is the ability to surrender to the moment without fear, to trust oneself fully, and to embrace emotional depth without apology. A woman in her feminine energy does not chase, she attracts. She does not control, she inspires. She does not demand love, she embodies it. When she is fully present in her body, in her emotions, and in her natural essence, she creates an environment where a man feels safe to step into his own masculine energy. This is what creates the dynamic that leads to deep attraction and devotion. One of the core aspects of feminine energy is receptivity. Many women have been taught to prove their worth through effort by doing more, giving more, and making themselves indispensable. But feminine energy does not operate on force. It operates on presence. It is the energy of allowing rather than chasing, of being rather than striving. When a woman learns to receive, whether it is love, attention, or acts of kindness, she signals to a man that he has the space to give. Men are naturally wired to provide, to protect, to pursue, but they can only do so when they feel there is something worth pursuing. A woman who is constantly in a state of giving without allowing herself to receive disrupts this natural flow. But when she leans into her receptivity, she invites a man to step into his role fully. Another key aspect of feminine energy is emotional expression. Many people believe that in order to be strong, they must suppress their emotions, hide their vulnerability, and appear unaffected. But this is a misunderstanding of strength. True power lies in the ability to feel deeply, to express authentically, and to remain open, even in the face of uncertainty. Men are not drawn to emotional numbness, they are drawn to the depth and richness of a woman who is fully alive in her emotions. A woman in her feminine energy does not manipulate or suppress her feelings. She expresses them with honesty and grace. She communicates her desires without fear, knowing that her emotions are not burdens, but gifts. Feminine energy is also deeply tied to sensuality, not just in a physical sense, but in the way a woman moves through the world. It is about being fully present in the body, experiencing life through the senses, and embracing pleasure without guilt. This does not mean trying to be seductive or playing a role. It means feeling comfortable in one's own skin, radiating warmth and authenticity. When a woman is connected to her own sensuality, she naturally exudes a magnetism that draws people in. It is not about how she looks, it is about how she feels to be around. One of the greatest strengths of feminine energy is its ability to inspire rather than control. Many women, out of fear of being hurt or abandoned, try to control relationships, pushing for commitment, demanding reassurance, or attempting to direct how a man feels. But control is the opposite of attraction. When a woman is in her feminine energy, she does not force love, she allows it to unfold. She trusts in the natural flow of connection, knowing that what is meant for her will come effortlessly. This does not mean she tolerates inconsistency or disrespect. It means she understands that her energy alone is enough to inspire devotion. She does not need to chase because she knows that the right man will feel compelled to pursue her on his own. The power of feminine energy also lies in playfulness and lightness. Many people take relationships so seriously that they forget the joy of connection. But laughter, teasing, and a sense of spontaneity are what create unforgettable experiences. A woman in her feminine energy brings an element of fun, of unpredictability, of emotional aliveness. She does not carry the weight of past disappointments into every new interaction. She remains open to the possibilities of love, trusting in the magic of the moment. This lightness is intoxicating because it creates a space where a man feels free, free to be himself, free to fall in love without fear. In the end, feminine energy is about authenticity. It is not about trying to be feminine. It is about allowing oneself to exist in a state of full self-expression without apology or suppression. When a woman embraces her feminine energy, she becomes magnetic not because she is trying to attract someone, but because she is fully at home in herself. This energy cannot be faked, forced, or imitated. It is something that radiates from within. And when a man experiences it, he does not just feel drawn to it, he feels compelled to protect, cherish, and commit to it fully. The truth is, you don't have to chase love. You don't have to beg for attention, prove your worth, or settle for less than you deserve. The deepest form of attraction isn't found in games or strategies. It's found in the way you see yourself. When you let go of neediness, embrace your value, and step fully into your feminine energy, you become magnetic. You create a presence that is impossible to ignore. Men don't commit because they're convinced to. They commit because they feel something they can't find anywhere else. The moment you stop fearing loss, the moment you stop looking outside yourself for validation, is the moment everything changes. You are not here to earn love, you are love. And when you live from that truth, the right man won't just notice you, he will fight to keep you. He will risk everything because he will know deep in his soul that you are a woman unlike any other. Go forward with confidence, trust in your worth, live in your power. The love you seek is already seeking you. Good luck on your journey, and thank you for allowing me to share this message with you.